All right. Well, I don't know. We'll try again. How's that? We'll see if it works again. I'm not sure. Didn't like me talking. So we're going to talk again about safety here at Decker. That's our main topic for today. If you guys have any questions, please interrupt. Put your information, your questions in the chat, and we'll answer them as they come in. How's that? We'll go with that. All right. Well, again, tomorrow we have a Q&A. It's a virtual career fair that Anna and Tanya and I will be putting on for you. It is live, so bring your questions. It's about our dry van divisions, and we'll be talking about that. Amy says, what the heck? It's not even Monday or Facebook. I know. No, it totally just kicked me out. Just kept saying not responding. So I figured I'd try again. Why not? Why not? Let's see who wants to join in again. I have no idea. But Amy, you missed earlier. I think well, this was not my camera, so I don't know. But I do think the cord is bad on my camera, and I think that's why Monday, Facebook, we always have those issues. This one is got to be more than that, though. I don't know. Wind? We definitely have wind. We definitely have snow. And if you sent it my direction, you're in big trouble. But I woke up to both of those. Lucky us, huh? Yes, we have them both. All right, talking about safety. I want to remind you, yesterday we were talking about making sure that your doors, so especially talking with Amy. I've got one headed my way. It should be here today or tomorrow. Talking about the wind. Amy brought up, how windy is it? Yes, if you are a door swinger, according to my flatbed division, so if you are either dry van or refrigerated, please make sure you are securing those loads properly and, make sure that they're bolted when you open them up. I lost camera again. I don't know, you guys. Make sure that they're bolted so when you open up one door at a time, that's important, that you're opening only one door at a time, that it is secured and the other one's not coming after you. So please keep yourself safe in that. We've got also load locks. We want to make sure that those are put in place properly. Amy says wind and slush was a huge issue on my drive. It was bouncing. I was bouncing around a lot, so stay safe in Missoula. Yeah, and on the way back, because if there was slush, it's going to be pretty icy on the way back. Isn't that the norm? I think so. All right. Yeah, it's frozen. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. Well, it's frozen on my end. It's not showing anything. All right, whatever. Anyways, we'll keep answering these questions. Yes, thank you for joining us. So if you want to talk to a recruiter directly, you can reach out at 888-668-0698. The telephone number is on your screen. You can also apply directly at drivedecker.com. We're going to make it through this week, one way or the other. We're having some hard times with the electronics. It happens more often than yes. You do see me? Mine is completely blank. My screen is black as can be. Amy says, Missoula's dry and smooth. It was Sealy, Clearwater, Potomac area. Oh, yeah. That's a given, though. It's always bad over there, I swear. It just doesn't get enough sunshine. That's how I figure. All right, so let's get back to where we were at a few moments ago when we were talking about our Bessemer local position. That local position pays $19 an hour. It's a Monday through Friday position, and it does require that you have at least 9 months of flatbed experience, preferably with coils, securing coils and everything. So as long as you've got that, and you live in the Bessemer area, so probably about 25-mile radius of Bessemer, because you'll be coming in usually around 7 a.m., an 8-hour shift. You might have a Saturday now and then, but not usually. It's just usually Monday through Friday. Running in about a 200-mile radius of Bessemer itself. So maybe says wait, thanks, but maybe people will stay away. You hope. All right, so that's the flatbed position, the local flatbed position out of Bessemer. Best thing to do is if you have questions, please reach out to one of our recruiters so we can make sure that not only do you qualify, but we meet all of your needs in what your expectations are for home time, for equipment, for benefits, incentives, all of the above. So the number is 888-668-0698. The $5,000 bonus does qualify you, pays out quarterly. It's $12.50 each quarter for the sign-on bonus especially for the Bessemer local, that one. $12.50 each quarter. You do need to make sure that you meet the minimum requirements where you have on-time delivery, no load refusals. You're available at least 5 days out of the week, all of the above. So 888-668-0698. Get lost in my words. All right. So 1 year flatbed experience, or 9 months at least. All right. All right. So then I also have, I'm going to stick to some of the local positions, more dedicated positions right at first so that you're well aware of what we have available. We have a Tifton dedicated position. Now this is out of Tifton, Georgia. It's our Conestoga trailers, and you're hauling, you're usually out, say if you leave Monday morning, you're coming back on like a Tuesday afternoon. So you go out one morning, you're coming back the next day in the afternoon. That's the norm. And you're running anywhere from Georgia. Again, the position originates in Tifton, Georgia. We do ask that you have at least 9 months of flatbed experience. It is a Conestoga trailer. But you're running Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida. For the most part, those are the running areas that you'll be seeing. And then again, home time, you're coming out one day, you're coming home the next day, but in the afternoon instead of in the morning. So it's a little over 24 hours out total. But again, our trucks are very well equipped. They have pretty much every amenity that you can have on them. You'll come back for a 10. And then, of course, the 34-hour restart for the weekend. So we've got all of those available for you. It does guarantee at least $1,000 a week. Of course, if your miles and your pay per mile exceed that $1,000 a week, you're going to get the better of the two, which is always good because the harder you work, of course, you want to make a little bit more money. The Tifton position does also qualify you for the guaranteed sign-on bonus, which pays out, well, it's $12.50 each quarter. But if you run over 20,000 miles for the quarter, then you're going to get an additional 5 cents a mile on all the miles over 20,000. So you do have that opportunity as well with this Tifton position. It does guarantee you $1,000 a week for weekly, and of course the weekly home time, multiple days out of the week actually. The base pay is 55 cents a mile, and you get a penny raise after 90 days. So yeah. 5 cent a mile bonuses. You have the 5 cent a mile bonus available to you as well. That's between both the scorecard and the Smart Drive. So if you missed last week's bonus discussion or bonus talk, we were talking about both our scorecard bonus, which is an extra 4 cents a mile, and our Smart Drive bonus, which is an extra penny per mile, available to you for those of you who earn it. So the Smart Drive bonus is based off of our safety system, and you have to have 20 points or less on that. Lane departure, speed gauge, following distance, all of those safety features are kind of wrapped in there. And 20 points or less is going to get you that extra penny per mile. Now, with the scorecard, the point system that you have there, it's 1,000 points total that you want to earn. And it's going to be based off of your fuel efficiency, your idle time, your miles, preventable accidents or incidents, CSA violations, on-time delivery, and claims. I knew I was missing one more. So those are all inclusive in that scorecard. So if you're at 800 or above, 825 or above, then you're going to get something anywhere from 1 to 4 cents more per mile. But if you get the 2 bonuses, it gets you an extra 5 cents a mile. Not too shabby. Scott, long time no see. How's it going? Good. Hope to be back soon, he says. Doing better. Hope to be back soon. Good. I like to hear that. Good deal. Yeah, keep those in mind who have been sick, injured. We've got a few sick right now, and as well as injured. So keep those in mind in your thoughts and prayers if you could. Help them out. Yeah. Just got a message from Donnie. Sorry. Popped up right in front of me. Speaking of shooting for the stars on that scorecard bonus, looking at keeping that perfect score, that 1,000-point scorecard of his. We like to see that. All right. So back to that Tifton dedicated position. It is Conestoga trailers, and you're at home multiple times throughout the day. One more time, just to give you those running lanes. It's basically the Carolinas, more specifically South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, and a little bit of Florida. So you're running those southeastern states, getting home multiple times throughout the weekend, and of course on the weekend. $1,000 guaranteed pay, a minimum of 1 year of flatbed experience, or 9 months actually. Flatbed experience is required. Now, speaking of flatbed, I mentioned the Bessemer local position where we have that. We've got our Tifton, Conestoga, but we have several different flatbed options that are out there. So depending on where you live, you might have weekly home time options. You might have over-the-road options. If you live in basically Alabama, north of 20, or if you live in most locations in Georgia at this time, so anything north of 20 for Georgia as well, can get you home on a weekly basis for our flatbed division. And we've opened up a couple areas for you there. So make sure that you reach out to us, 888-668-0690, to get those details so that we are giving you all the right details on that. Okay, excellent. And what else? In the Midwest. Oh, actually, before I hop up to the Midwest, North Carolina. If you live west of I-95 within North Carolina, we also have a home weekly option for you in our flatbed. So we've definitely opened up some options. Take advantage of them if you live in the area and that's the type of home time you were looking for. So 888-668-0698 for that one. It does guarantee at least $1,000 a week, but remember, the amount that you make per week will most likely exceed that 1,000. That 1,000 is just kind of like a safety net to fall back on. We offer that in pretty much every division that we have in order to give you that peace of mind. All right, Anna's talking about my cool shirt, and I just realized that my collar is up. All right, so we've got a couple of different options. If you live in the Midwest, we've got home weekly options. We've got over-the-road options. Now, our home weekly options, if you live in the Chicago area, will actually gross you $1,700 for a home weekly if you've got at least 9 months, I said one, but at least 9 months of flatbed experience. That's the key. You must have the minimum experience. Must be at least 21 years of age. You know how to secure those loads. You've got a great safety record. No major moving violations, no accidents, no incidents in the last 3 years that are DOT recordable, all of the above. Now, if you live in Iowa City to Columbus, Ohio, up to Toledo, back towards the Chicago area, and maybe even from Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Mason City, Iowa, or to Fort Dodge, those are all areas within our home weekly flatbed that'll guarantee you $1,450 a week. So more opportunity there as well. And then we've just recently opened up additional locations for our van divisions. So if you are looking for home time options in Atlanta, we can get you home weekly. If you're in Atlanta, Georgia, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia, and really anywhere along that route. So 20 from Augusta to Atlanta, or 85 from Spartanburg, Anderson area, South Carolina area to Atlanta. It will also get you home on a weekly basis. Now, other than that, some of the other areas are about 2 weeks out at a time, so let us know. Hartwell, Georgia is another option for you. Hartwell, Georgia. Am I missing anything, Anna, on that? See if I can see her comments here. Yes, maybe no. All right. Now, in the additional areas for the dry van within the Midwest that I was talking about, So we've got Lincoln, Nebraska to, before it was like Lincoln, Nebraska to Gary, Indiana, but really the strongest areas are Lincoln to Des Moines on 80, so anywhere there, of course, around the Chicago area, so within a 50-mile radius of Chicago, like Chicago to Davenport, basically. But Lincoln to Des Moines, real heavy freight there for our dry van. The Fort Dodge area, Sac City, Carroll, Ames, all can get you home on a weekly basis. If you live in St. Joseph, Missouri, or even Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, we can get you home on a weekly basis with that dry van option. And again, just give us a call. Give one of our recruiters a call at 888-668-0698 for more details on that. And we'll give you those details. We're good with that. Not sure what's going on with my screen. Things are popping up all over the place. So I just keep clicking them off. It is the day, right? And then we've got refrigerated positions. So if you're looking for over the road, or if you're looking to run more of the Midwest, hit us up with questions on that as well. 888-668-0698 for more details. Like I said, in order to qualify for Decker, you obviously have to meet some of our safety requirements, our hiring requirements. But as a reminder, when you do hire on with Decker, safety is a priority. You are a priority for us. So safety, of course, has to be a priority in order to show that, to demonstrate that. So make sure that you're wearing your seatbelts. Make sure that it's a proper fit, and it's, that you're wearing it properly. You don't just have it over your lap and you don't have the chest guard on. Nope, you need it secured across your lap, where it's covering your hips, not your stomach, but your hips, to keep you tightly secured across your rib cage. Don't let it rub against your neck. You can adjust it. You want it to be fitting right, because if you are in an accident, if you are hit, or weather, or whatever the case might be, you want to make sure that you're doing everything humanly possible to predict your safety. Okay, and then of course, try to avoid distractions. These videos are definitely here for you to help, answer questions and keep you in the loop with everything that goes on with Decker. But don't be watching the videos while you're driving. There's replays. There's no need to be watching them while you're driving. So the reason I say that is coming up on April, is Distracted Driving Awareness Month. And I know I'm going to do a little preview here for you, but there are 3 major types of distracted driving. You've got visual, which is like adjusting your GPS, your maps, or you're using your geotab unit. You've got manual, which is still a type of adjusting. If you're eating, if you're smoking, anything like that, it's going to be more of a manual distraction. And then cognitive. Make sure that you're in your right mind. You're not experiencing road rage. You're not dealing with your cell phone, which is a combination of visual, manual, and cognitive distractions. So make sure that you are preparing yourself carefully. Now, in order to prevent some of those things, like I use cell phone as an example, mostly because cell phones are one of the is the top distraction listed out there in most any resource or statistics that you have. Having a cell ticket, such as using a non-Bluetooth or a non-hands-free device or something like that. There's several different verbiages for the ticket itself, but using a cell phone and getting a ticket for it can get you over $2,700 in fine. Just the fine itself. And that's just for the driver, because the company is actually going to be fined $11,000. That's what the company is fined. So don't take the chance. Not only is it the fine is one thing. The ticket is a whole nother. You're going to lose your opportunity, odds are, you're going to lose your opportunity for employment. This is your livelihood. And beyond that, it is your life. You have a family that wants to have you come home to them. Make sure that you're doing everything in your grasp to stay safe. We've got the phone mounts so that you're not having to mess with any phone. Everything's one touch. Use that Bluetooth. Use the voice activated commands or the earpiece function or the speaker function or whatever that's on your geotab or your phone. Avoid any of those distractions. Know the speed limit of the area. Know the local laws that you're going into. So yes, you're going to be well aware if this is a 55-mile-an-hour state or if this is an 80-mile-per-hour state. Know where you're at, and making sure that you're following those or obeying those signs, those laws properly. That being said, we've got weather here. We're probably going to be getting some more weather. Actually meeting with Tyson tomorrow to talk a little bit more about winter safety and get even more information out to you. But we have already in place on our YouTube channel, if you take a look at it, you can access videos on our APU units, on driving safely in winter, on just pretty much troubleshooting issues with your bunk heater, all kinds of things that can be very helpful, especially in these winter months, having access to that information, trying to open up your door or unlock your door with the key, but it's frozen. Get some rubbing alcohol. That's our go-to here. Tyson's got a couple videos on that as well, or a video on that as well. But moving further into the driving part of it, if you're out on the roads and the roads are wet or the roads are icy, you need to adjust your speed accordingly. 55 miles per hour, say that's what the speed limit is at the time. If you're running 55 miles per hour, then you need to drop it to 35 or less if it's rainy or if it starts getting icy. Defensive driving is key. And like Patrice always says, a superior driver never puts himself or herself in a situation where they have to use their superior driving skills. They already know that. And we have a lot of professional, superior drivers here at Decker who we're very proud of. We want to continue to see them claim that safety status. So know your defensive driving techniques. Expect the unexpected. Control your speed. Watch out for pedestrians. What are they doing? How do you feel that they're going to react? Be alert. Make sure that you're free of distractions, especially when you're going through school zones or more crowded areas. And like I said, be ready for that weather. Be able to adjust for that weather and respect other drivers. It'll keep you calmer. It'll probably keep them calmer on the road as well. So highly suggest that. Anna's got it. I always look to see what she's got. She's always quoting Patrice just like I am. When somebody knows something, you stick with it. Know your braking distance. We talked about weather and slowing down a little bit. It takes about 3/4 of a second to recognize an issue. So if you see somebody that's starting to step down off of the sidewalk and cross the road, it takes about 3/4 of a second, not a full second, to recognize that. And then you have to react, which is going to take another 3/4 or a second. And that's the best case scenario. But then you need to brake. Now, if you're going at a high speed, it's going to take obviously that much longer to brake than it would if you were going 25, 30 miles per hour. But if the roads are wet or if the roads are icy, it's going to take that much more. So if you're going 55 miles an hour, it's going to take about, if you're going to put on the brakes, it's going to take about 4 seconds to stop. In those 4 seconds, you're going to go a length of a football field, possibly even more, before you even stop. Then if you take into consideration how long it took for you to react and recognize, in addition to the braking, you could have been past the event altogether. So please drive according to your surroundings, not always just the speed limit. Sometimes you have to adjust further than the speed limit itself. It's understandable. Just make sure that you're choosing the safe option. Knowing your turning radius, how much room you have. Avoid traffic whenever possible. So if you're someone who prefers to drive at night, fantastic. You're going to avoid a little bit of traffic. Check out the local news and the radio reports for road conditions, making sure that the evening is going to work for you safety-wise, and then plan out your trips in advance. These are all ways that you can avoid traffic, where you can avoid situations that could slow you down, construction, whatever. It's just a little bit more, gives you a little bit more space. a little more breathing room. It's usually a little bit more relaxing as well for those of you who don't mind driving at night. And yes, we definitely have night driving with some of our loads. We figure our loads at about 55 miles an hour is how we schedule it. So that does leave for some night driving. And with our refrigerated division, a lot of those loads are delivered in the wee morning, like 2, 3 a.m. So oftentimes you'll find yourself driving at night in order to get those loads where they need to be, or at least delivered at that point. Make sure you're giving yourself plenty of room for lane changes, so you don't get a lane changing violation. Those are not good ones to get. Know your truck routes. Check your GPS. Talk to your driver manager. Reach out to, we've got CB units on all the trucks, so reach out to somebody and make sure that you're covering your ground that way as well. Cool. Excellent. Good tires, good equipment, good communication. We've got our 24/7 maintenance support available to you. Like I said a few moments ago, Tyson Vance, we're meeting tomorrow. We're going to talk about some more safety procedures for you guys, so that if you need to put them into action, or if you need some helpful tips while you're out on the road, instead of trying to get a hold of maintenance support, who I gotta admit has been fantastic. They're always there for me. When I've got somebody on the line and that needs to take care of something, I'm able to get it over to them, and they're able to take care of it right away. So that's fantastic. Make sure that you're making use of that maintenance support. Is what they're there for, so that you're not out there on your own. You know, when you are on your own, you're not out there alone. That's what I should say. You've got the support of all of our Decker staff, our 24/7 services, whether it be our night ops or our maintenance support or our welcome center. You got somebody here for you. All right, any other questions on the different positions that we have available? Whether it's refrigerated or flatbed, we do have the guaranteed pay. Same with our dry van, guaranteed pay. Same with our Cargill. So we have a dedicated hopper position that runs out of Fort Dodge. So it goes from Fort Dodge to Blair, Nebraska, Fort Dodge, Iowa, to Blair, Nebraska. That one also guarantees you $1,000 a week. And it just depends on, you know, your schedule, I guess, but you're looking at 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. Actually, now that I said this, Anna, it doesn't have the $1,000 guarantee, does it? Now I'm saying this. But you should be looking at about $11.25 or so a week. The position that we have available right now is a home weekly position, or a home daily position out of Fort Dodge, and it starts at 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. And it's, like I said, 2 days on, 2 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. And the significance of this, you're basically running hopper from Fort Dodge to Blair, Nebraska. Sometimes you might have a backhaul, but usually not. Either way, it's just that it's Monday through Friday is going to pay you $225 per shift, and like I said, it's about an 8-hour shift approximately. And then Saturday and Sunday, when you're doing your 2 on 2 off, 3 on 3 off, Saturday and Sunday is going to pay you $250 for that 11 a.m. shift. So you get a little bit extra on the weekends. Now, that being said, you're going to be working every other weekend. You'll work, but that means you're getting a 3-day weekend the opposite every other weekend for that. So make sure, let us know if that's something that you'd be interested in. If it is, reach out to one of our recruiters at 888-668-0698 for more details on that. Really wanted to double check. I don't think it has that $1,000 guarantee, but you should be looking at right at $11.25 a week, I believe, for that one. On average, because 1 week will be a little bit more, because you'll have like I said, every other weekend will be a 3-day weekend. Cutoff for pay is Sunday night at 10 p.m. So that will affect it as well, depending on when that load is. And then some of our benefits, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's an 80/20 plan, and it is available to you after 90 days. We have a 401k that's a 30% match, company paid life insurance, paid vacations. We have all, like I said before, a lot of amenities in the truck, pretty much everything that you can think of. Plus we have monthly bonuses. We We have our sign-on bonus that pays out quarterly. We have top-of-the-line equipment. And of course, we have awesome support staff to help you out. So if it's something you guys would be interested in, please reach out to us at 888-668-0698 to get a hold of us. And we'd be happy to answer some of those questions for you and get you rolling here at Decker. All right, well, tomorrow we'll be doing our dry van virtual career fair. If you are in Atlanta, Georgia area, or Hartwell, Georgia, or Augusta, Georgia, Spartanburg, or Anderson, South Carolina, or along 20, then make sure that you give us a call or contact us so that we can get you the information to be part of our career fair. Also in the Lincoln area, Kansas City, Missouri, the Lincoln, Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, or over into Gary, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Chicago, Illinois. So please join us for that. Anna and Tanya and I will be answering questions left and right about that position. It shouldn't be too long, but it just depends on how many questions you have. And we'll, of course, give you an inside scoop into some of the equipment that we have available for you as well so that you can get your eyes on some of that new equipment. All right? All right, well, we will see you guys. For those of you who will attend, we'll see you at 1 p.m. Central tomorrow. Reach out to us for more information on that, or check out the beginning of our chat. It is the first thing listed on our chat. You can just follow that link right then and there. Go to our website and check it out. We will see you tomorrow. Otherwise, I will see you on our Facebook page at 4 p.m. Central on Monday. We're there every Monday, 4 p.m., and every Tuesday here on our Facebook channel, or every Tuesday here on our YouTube channel. Make sure I get that right. That we will be here to answer your questions as well. You guys have a wonderful, safe rest of your week. Again, we'll talk to you tomorrow if you're able to make it. Otherwise, we'll send you a replay. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.